Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. I'm inside of. I created a little studio in my store, so I can come on and talk to you because my workstation is got a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, happy Fourth of July, everybody. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. The title tonight is "The Secrets to Success." Your success. I want to give you a little birthday push, not bush, but I wanted to give you a birthday treat. My birthday is 4th of July. As you see, I'm trying to let you know. I'm wearing my flag. I'm wearing my stripes. I'm getting it on. I'm getting it on, everybody. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm actually going to take 2 days off. I'm talking about 2 full days off. And just relax, be with my husband. I thought I was going to go somewhere, but I'll tell y'all that a little bit later. I like laughing. I like having fun. But tonight is a treat like no other because I'm going to really start expanding your mind to the secrets of success. I really, really, really want you to know some of my secrets to success. So if you're on the fence or you're trying to figure it out, just stick with us. Just stick with us. I'm going to tell you about it. But while we're getting ready to learn the secrets of success, I want to show you a souvenir that I brought back. I brought several of these back. In fact, I should have probably spent them, but I didn't. But I want to show you this $200 piece from South Africa. They're going through some struggles right now with immigration, but I wanted to show you this. First, it matches my nails. I've been painting fabric the last 2 nights, trying to get my colors right because I got some stuff I want to do and I'm making it. So, and when I paint fabric, I like to get my hands in it. You can put gloves in it, but I like to feel the cloth and see the color come in. So, I got my nails match the $2 bill. But anyway, this is Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela is on every bill. In the United States, there's a different president on all different denominations. Nelson Mandela was in prison for 28 years. He was a lifelong legend to me that I wanted to actually go and just study his life. So I treated myself to a trip to South Africa. I went into his cell. I went right to his cell. They won't let you go in his cell. But I went into the cell where he spent so much of his life on this small island that was just for freedom fighters. And I want to know, how can somebody be in prison 28 years and not be bitter? You know, we'll make a mistake with somebody's garment or something and they're bitter for life. We'll discipline an employee and they're bitter for life, you know? So I wanted to know about patience. But what I wanted to tell you about this $200 bill, the title is The Secrets to Success. I want you to actually vision yourself on your own money. I want you to vision yourself on your own money. And when you vision yourself on your own money, you're going to work a little harder and you're going to work a little smarter and you're going to get rid of the stuff that just don't matter. You're going to let it roll off like a duck. You're going to let it roll off like a duck. Okay? You're going to stay focused on what's important. So think about it. Put your own self, all the sweat equity that you've done for your business thus far, and think of yourself on a bill. And so when you travel and you start getting where you can travel from the money that you made in your business, your vision will be bigger. You will expand your thought process and you'll work smarter and not harder. And then you can leave your legacy. What I envision on this channel is that you leave a legacy. Leave a legacy, meaning have generational wealth. I just talked to a doctor today in the mall and told her, you can't leave. Oh, I'm ready to go. I said, go stay in the backyard. Do whatever you got to do. Don't close your business. You work too hard for it. You had the luxury going on, but leave a legacy. Leave a legacy in your name for your business, right? So, the secret to success, there is a secret, and everybody's not willing to share it, and everybody's not willing to listen. It works on both sides. And then guess what? Everybody's not willing to do it. They're not willing to put the sweat in and do it. They'll say, "Oh, if I do this, I could be better. I could do this, I could be better." And I'm gonna share something else. I'm a storyteller by nature because I was under the umbrella of Ruby D when I was out there doing all these shows, and I just made so much money, and I was listening. And she said, "If you tell them a story, they'll remember." Well, I had a client that came in the store, and she was going through a lot of personal problems, and she needed everything. She needed something for her health. We sell bitters. She needed something for her hair. She needed something for her legs. She was just displaced temporarily. So it came up to like $125. And so I gave it to her on credit. Not that she has to bring it back all at one time, but I gave it to her on credit, and she brought me back yesterday $6 out of $125. And I said, "Is that all you have?" And she said, "Yeah, that's all I have. I was just gonna get more to you, blah, blah, blah." I said, "So what you been doing over the last month?" She said, "Well, I work my job 6.5 hours, and it's enough to pay my rent, my lights, and my phone bill." I said, "Okay." I said, "So why didn't you work more?" She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "If someone helped you in your destitute moment and you only worked 6.5 hours out of 24 hours, I said, you got to get it together." And when I'm telling you that is, I'm telling you that for a reason. When you start getting yourself on your own money, whether it's a stranger or a family member, if they need to be told to get it together, tell them to get it together. Because if they don't get it together, you'll never get on your own money. You'll never have your own time. You'll never have the freedom. You know what I mean? 4th of July is independence. That means unless you really have a disability, we should be striving for independence. Independence from things that drag us down. Independence from relationships. Independence, not healthy relationships. Relationships is not working. Independence from jobs that's not working. When I left my job at Disney World, I had a wonderful job. I worked in finance when I ended my career there. Before that, I was working in restaurant management and running businesses and just really learning how to run a business, how to budget a business and being on hand and hiring people and telling people how to do stuff, right? And so, but I left my business because I just got so tired. I said, there's no way I'm gonna do this the rest of my life. I felt like I was lost in the job. I felt overworked. I didn't feel underpaid. I just felt overworked. And I'm like, "Oh my God, I just dreaded my job." But it was so good of a job. It's like the job was great. The job had lots of benefits, but I just was having to do so much work. And I was young and I was used to working, but it was just so much work. So I said, I just want to leave this job. Then I went into my own business. I went and studied designs in Italy. I saved all my money, all my time, and I went to Italy. I just got on the train and went to Italy. Learned so much. But when I came back and put my resume in, I learned so much more. I was like, "Oh no, you mean to tell me I got to do the trash? I got to do this? I didn't even know that I was going to work twice as hard as what I did for Disney." Listen to that now. I worked for this company that had great benefits, great business, Christmas plan, all that, taught me everything. Everything you see in me, a lot of me is a part of Disney. The hospitality, the plants, the arrangement. I learned all that indirectly, but I did not know if I went into business for myself that I was going to have to work twice as hard. I just thought it was gonna be, I'm doing my thing, I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna do that. But what I learned was you may think your job is hard, but when you get self-employed, it's harder. It's really harder. So any benefits that you have that grows your business to that point, when you get off the ground running, you gotta run. You gotta run. You got to run. You got to run. And when you get to where you got to even play field, you're going to say, I made it. That's why I tell you about all these sports arenas and things, because they have to fight after they're tired. You know what I mean? So you don't win the fight in the beginning, in the middle, or even at the end. You win the fight after you finish the finish line. When after the time clicks. And that's where the success goes. That's where the success comes from. The title tonight is I'm going to give you the secrets to success. First, you got to be committed to what your goals are. If you want to make some money and have your goals, say, okay, I'm going to give you a figure. I'm not going to say money. Let's say your goal, and this is a reasonable goal. Just say your goal is to make $10,000 a month. I know some of you saying that's not much money, and some of you saying 10,000 a month. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way I would be able to make 10,000 a month. I'm asking you just $10,000 a month that is chasing you, not you chasing it. Okay? The secrets to getting to success. The secrets to success in your gift and your craft. There's a secret to it. And you got to really work at it to figure it out. First, you got to know what your goals are. What are your goals? What goals do you want to accomplish? And I talked to a new member, and she said to me, she said, Miss Evelyn, when I say member, I'm talking about a coaching client. She said, Evelyn, when you told me you made everything from sewing with a sewing machine, I was all in. Every single thing that you can see, every single thing that you can hear, every single thing, the light bulbs in the ceiling, the cabinets, the furniture, the clothing, every single thing you see was purchased by me sewing with a Walmart sewing machine. Okay, it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult. What it is being consistent. Being consistent, showing up every day. Show up every day. Now, before I start telling you about how to get to those $10,000, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. And then when I ask you a few questions, get your pen and paper. I want you to be able to answer these questions. Okay, if this is your first time on the channel, this is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. It's Independence Weekend, and I'm a birthday girl. In fact, it's my 9th year on YouTube. Today is today is my 9th year birthday on YouTube, everybody. So if you just coming on, it was 8 years or 8.5 years or 8 years and 9 months, 12 months, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I've been here for a while, but I'm showing up. So this is you get a twofer. You get my 9th year on YouTube, and then you get my birthday, which I'm gonna be the big 6-0 on Saturday. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to be here. But I'm also, for my birthday gift to you, I want you to know the secrets to success. Your secrets to your success, so that you can have a birthday party with me. Now, if you want to do more for my birthday, I'm going to show you a few things. I'm going to do a commercial break and show you how you can support me on my birthday. But first of all, the secrets to success. If you want to make this $10,000, let me tell you some secrets how to make $10,000. First of all, everybody have a gift. And if you have a gift, you got to start using it. Because if you don't start using it, he will take that gift away from you. Okay? He'll just snatch it away from you. But if you use that gift, he's going to multiply that gift. Everything is on the biblical scale for me. Okay? So if you don't believe in that, call it something else, but do it. I don't care what you call it, just do it. If you follow me from what I've learned. Okay, the first thing now, if you have an item that you're selling, I'm not talking about things that you already have revenue from. If you're already making revenue, or you have a cash flow coming in, and you have a clientele coming in, I'm talking about this new trip you on with me. Okay, you on a new trip, you're on a new horizon. You on a I'm gonna be better, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna pay things off, and I'm gonna have money in the bank. That's what being an American means to me. Okay, those who are watching me from other countries, you still can make money. Because if you're watching me, you have the capacity to get into a mailbox maybe sooner than later and sharing your gift, meaning selling your gift. When you're on YouTube, YouTube is being seen now on people's TVs. It says 56% of my clients are watching me on a TV. They're not watching me on the phone. So YouTube is your own television station. And hopefully I'm one of your favorite channels. By chance, if I am, what you want to know is that you have the capacity to sell. You just have, if you're from different countries, you're going to have longer ship times. If you're in the same country and you're shipping right within your country, you have a shorter ship time. Okay, so follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. Look, if you're sewing, stop for a minute. Stop just for a minute till I go to roll call. And then if you're at roll call, wait till after I finish roll call to tell you why I'm telling you this stuff. Okay, because these people that I'm calling tonight is the reason I'm sharing these gifts with you tonight. Okay, here we go. We want to make $10,000. Ask yourself, get your pen and paper. Can you make something within 1 to 2 hours? Can you make something within 1 to 2 hours? Anything. A scarf, a hat, a piece of jewelry, a pillow. Can you make one thing in 1 to 2 hours? Okay, if you can make 1 to 2 things within 1 to 2 hours, you're on your way to $10,000 a month. If you can make the same thing or the same item in 1 to 2 hours, you're on your way to $10,000 a month. If you can prep several things, like let's use a pillow for example. If you can make a pillow, prep a pillow, and get it set up, and all you gotta do is stuff that pillow, then you can make $10,000 a month. It's really not as difficult as you may think. Remember, this is extra income. If you're already making $10,000 a month and it's still not enough, then listen to me real quick. Okay, this is your other things. This is your other gift. You know, the one that just had one gift and you start doing things, you start making more gifts like jewelry, earrings, watches, hats, tops, whatever you can, right? Okay, now, excuse me. If you can sell 11 items a day between $30 and $100 and ship, you can make $10,000 in a month. Is it easy? Not at first. How do you do it? Building trust, being consistent. When you become consistent and showing up every day, why are you here with me tonight? Because I'm consistent. Why are you tuning in? Like really tuning in. I know she's gonna be there between 8:30 and 8:45. I know she's gonna be there. Thursday night is our night. That's our quality time. Okay. You're coming on because I'm consistent. She's saying she's been on YouTube for 9 years. You can go back and check my stats. Okay. Okay. Now, you're watching me. Now, we usually get 200 to 300 people watching a night. We usually get 100 questions, between 75 and 100 questions or chats per night. We normally get 30,000 people after the live. Okay, listen to that now. You're watching live, it's about 200, it'll be about 200 to 250, maybe 300 within a day or so. That'll catch up. They'll catch up on, because we're in a different time zone. So some people catch up when they get off from work. So, but why does that happen? Because she's consistent. Okay. Think of a food person. When you go to the store, let me just say this: Patti LaBelle got a good sweet potato pie, right? Most times you get sweet potato pies is around Christmas times, the holidays, right? Okay, but if you go to the store and it's not Christmas, it's not holiday, that Patti LaBelle pie gonna be there. They done gave Walmart, my favorite little place to talk about. They done gave Walmart the recipe, and so she's there every time you need a pie. The pie is there, it's consistent. The milk is there, it's consistent. The eggs are there, it's consistent. So when you go, you have confidence to get it. If you were to go and it wasn't there, you'll find another resource that is consistent. So that's what I want you to think about. When you are working on your financial journey, the reason I'm so into financial journeys is because it's oxygen. When you have money that can pay your bills and you have some left in your bank account, something for a rainy day, it's oxygen. It makes you breathe better. It makes you feel better. It just gives you peace of mind. Okay? So in order to have that, we got to grow it before we need it. And if you already need it, then we got to get in the saddle and grow it faster. Faster doesn't mean it's going to come right away. Remember that. Just because you need a lot of money right now doesn't mean it's going to come right now. You got to get prepared and be faithful and build up your inventory and build your trust with your clients. Okay, I'm looking on my other screen, which you can't see, and I'm looking up my orders. And I got one order just came in from Florida. I'm in Florida. I have one that just came in from New Jersey. I have another one just came in from Montana. And then I have one that came in from Nebraska. I'm not near those other four places. And they're buying because I'm consistent. So you can't necessarily say that. I'm gonna say it like this. You can make $10,000 from your gift, but if you get the coaching, you can make it consistently and more. Okay, because there's a few things to it, but the basics, what I'm telling you is to get those items from $30 to $100 and sell 11 of them a day. Okay, if you sell 11 a day, that doesn't mean 11 got to leave your place today, because you may say, I can ship this in 3 days, I can ship this in 11 days, or I can ship this in 12 days. But you must have an online presence to do that. And your online presence has to be open to the 63 million buyers that card is on file. Okay, so I'm gonna share the bigger picture. The coaching will help you narrow down and get what you need. But so say if you're making something. Okay, we were talking about the bucket hats, right? Okay, let's do the bucket hats. Let's do the bucket hats, and let's say we're gonna do 24 of them. You're gonna get 2 of them done, and you got the other 22 prepped, or you have the fabric for 22. Okay. Or you do the bucket hat without the brim is a kufi hat. So you do that hat, and then you do 2, and you prep the other 22, or you have the fabric for the 22. And the reason that I said don't make up all of them is because you're going to have someone who said, I got smaller head, I got a bigger head, I got extensions. So you don't want to make too many that is not the size. But the more you make it, the more you will have it to sell. And then you got to know how to put renewal on your items, automatic renewal, because if you put manual and you're not watching your store, like just say you got a Walmart person there waiting on it, watching the store. If you're not watching the store, you may say, well, why am I not making money? Because you probably had 10 in it and it's sold out, and you didn't go in the back office to say you need to renew it, or you didn't go in the back office to see that you had all these people ready to buy. And guess what? Soon as you renew that item, almost instantly, it's going to give an alert to that person, say, hey, this is restocked. They have 25 in stock. Soon as you renew that item, it's going to be selling. Bam, 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 bam. Now, some people think that when they sell something and they have shorter amounts, that it's going to be scarce, and they're going to feel like I got to get it because I don't have that many. But what if you had a team, 25 to 30 people on a team, and they saw that you only had 2 that was available? They're going to go look for something comparable, right? So when you first start getting your items on your site, the ones who are being coached, y'all get some inside information now. Start with 5 to 10, then we're going to go to 20, and then later we're going to go to 50, because I want your goal to be 10K a month. from discretionary things that you have. And when you do that, you are on fire because you can do something with 10 grand, right? If you got a $10,000 problem and you want to put it, you got the money coming in, and then you learn what I coach you how to use your credit, your business credit, and pay with your business credit, and you got the capital to pay your card off, and you're gonna get cash back. Oh man, you're gonna be rolling. You're gonna be independent. Okay. Now, the reason why is she telling me this? Why is Evelyn beating the drum so hard on this? The reason that I'm beating the drum so hard is because AI is getting so fast, you all. It's getting so fast that it is starting to eliminate the people who are making $200,000 a year. Can you imagine if you haven't started cultivating your gift and you had a $200,000 job and AI just wiped it out just like that? And then now they're getting ready to get rid of unemployment just like that. So you got to get consistent. The secret to success is start it, get consistent. And before you know it, you're waking up to 200, 300, 500,000 dollar sales every single morning. Okay? And then you'll be like, wow, they really want what I made? Am I that good? Yes, you are. You are that good. You are that good that you can easily make $10,000 a month. Because, first of all, when I see what you are buying, you're not buying scarce, you're buying volume. When you're buying volume, when you're buying fabric and you're getting more fabric and you're getting more fabric, you don't realize that you're busy like the ants. You're getting your inventory and your raw goods up. And when you do that, that means you're making preparation to make the money that you don't even know you may need. And even when I say you may need, it may that you may just need to know you got some. You know what I mean? Every time you make some money don't mean it got to go on a bill. Every time you make some money, it doesn't mean it has a purpose for something that is desperately needing to be done. It could be a sense of comfort. Now, I was also listening to how many people bought that cryptocurrency and they lost almost all their money and they don't have nothing. And I was like, "Oh my God." But guess what? If you got a gift, you can do it again. You got a gift, you can do it again. You might not want to do it again, but you know what? When you got that gift and you're selling to the universe, there's always customers. You'll never run out of customers. You'll never run out of paying customers, right? We can have customers, but are they paying customers? Are they customers that allows us to focus on new designs, new inventory, new things? I mean, we gotta. I mean, I'm like, wow. I wasn't even looking for that customer. I got a client this week. I got a client last week, and they are going to be on the Stellar Awards, and they're going to be on Netflix, and they're going to be on I think it's BET or something like that, BET Award, something. But anyway, I'm making the garment for him. So as soon as I finish the garment, I can't show you all because he's gonna be on TV the middle to the end of the month. And once he airs, then I'll share it with you. I'll share the garment that I made for him. For him, he's a inspirational singer. So what I'm saying though is that once you get into your gift, you'll never be short of clients. They will be looking for you. They will be looking for you. Even the day somebody left a note under the door, I wanted to see if I could catch you open early. But you know what I was doing? I'm the plumber today. I went to figure out how to fix my own toilet. The bathroom, it's 3 bathrooms in the store. That's how big the store is. And I said, I'm gonna figure this thing out. Everybody's busy, the mall, they busy. So I learned how to be the plumber. So in other words, I gotta wear all the hats. I saved myself some money. I learned how to be the plumber. I took everything apart. I looked at the video. Okay, Mr. YouTube, show me how to do the plumbing job. Guess what, y'all? Everything works great. Everything works great. What's good is that there's 2 other toilets, but I didn't want one of my toilets not working. So, but the gift is I had the money to go get the supplies. The gift is I had the drive to figure it out. You know why I had to try to figure it out? Because it kept saying it's so easy. I'm like, easy. Whenever you hear of a plumber, don't you figure like fear? Like, oh, they gotta be a man with the, you know how they show the plumber? You feel like, oh my God, the plumber coming? When is the plumber coming? I said, I'm gonna figure this thing out. I'm figuring it out. And I told the manager, he's the guy. I said, guess what? He said, what? I said, I fixed the toilet. He said, you fixed the toilet? I said, yeah, I fixed the toilet. Well, how'd you do it? I said, I read the instruction 5 times. It took me 5 times. It wasn't as easy as they said, but it took me 5 times because what that one song say, you do it, and then if you can't figure it out, go back to the beginning and try it again, and go back to the beginning and try it again. So what I'm saying though is, if I had to be a plumber now, I'll go and say, hey, you got some problems over there. I'll figure it out. Okay, now I actually used to ride with this guy. He was a plumber, and he said he got tired of himself, and he used to be homeless. And he was riding a Harley when I met him. In fact, we had like slumber parties when everybody come together. They didn't have nowhere to stay. And he said, I got sick of myself and I want to learn how to be a plumber. And I said, really? He said, yeah, it's not much to it. I'm like, okay. Well, I put on my Mr. Plumber hat, turned around backwards, and I got in there and got all wet up, dried myself off, flushed it, made sure it was okay, flush it again. And I said, wow, girl, you pretty good, huh? Now I'm ready to start talking because you all, now you got a lesson on how to do 10. Look, I want you to strive for $10,000 per month. But in order to do that, you need items for $35 to $100. You need to try to sell at least 11 is the magic number per day, whether it's on your phone and so forth. Now, the trick of it is don't focus on social media. Oh, Evelyn, no, I think I'm gonna get it all on TikTok. No, 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 no. Social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook is a really small circle. It's a small circle unless it's something drastic, and usually it's something negative. But you got to get on the platform where people are shopping for you. In other words, when you go to Walmart, when you go to Lowe's, when you go to Home Depot, when you go to Firehouse Subs, those are the 4 places I went this week. When I went to Firehouse Subs, I wanted to get a Firehouse Sub. When I went to Lowe's, I wanted to get plumbing. When I went to Home Depot, I went to get some good lumber for a project for the garden I'm making. You know what I mean? When I went to Walmart, I went for paint. So when you went to 63 million, all of those entities are there. But when you're on TikTok, social media, Instagram, it's a very small circle. Excuse me. Usually it's right in your circle. Usually that it's right there in your circle. Not saying you won't make a sale, but you're going to make your $10,000 when you go international. International means anybody in the United States, anybody looking for you. When I looked at my stats, I want to know, where did I get all my customers from? How did I get people to find out who I was? Now, I'm going to tell you real quick. I could do 1,000 times better on YouTube if I just focus on YouTube. I don't have that luxury in my life right now because my stores are hands-on, and it's just a lot. And I want everybody to have a good experience, and I want to leave a legacy. And I want to I will be in the airport before my expiration date. I will be known in the International Orlando Airport. I'm letting you know right now. When you walk into Orlando Airport in the future, you're going to see somebody named Evelyn in that airport. And that's why I'm working hard, because if I don't show everybody that they could do it, then we're going to lose it to just Martians and AI and people that don't care. You know what I mean? And we got to care. We got to have clothes that make you feel good. We got to have jewelry that make you feel good. And if you don't start saying, look, I'm going to be the change. You see Osaki, the tennis player, Osaki wearing her bad garment because she from Japan. And then she take it down and she go ahead and do her thing. I want y'all to look up Asaki. Asaki is not playing the radio, man. She is doing her thing. Let me see, can I show her real quick? She is really doing her thing. I'm so impressed with her. I'll come back to it, but I'll show you Asaki. Asaki is a great tennis player, and she wore all white, and she had on her warrior piece. That's what they wear in Japan. And Asaki is a place in Japan. In fact, I got 3 nieces going to Japan this week. So anyway, but what I'm saying is, when you want to get locked in and stop making excuses, stop saying, I wish, I wanna, I wish. Can I? Must I? Yes, you got to do it, and you can do it. And when you really look at it, $10,000 is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. Think about it. I'm gonna make $10,000 a month, and it's not a lot of money. And when you start getting $400 and $500 and $600 daily, you can change. You can change a lot of stuff in your life. You know what I mean? You can look. They got houses that you can get 50-year mortgages on it. You can buy a house. Don't worry about the 50-year mortgage. Get somebody in there to rent the house. You know what I mean? Rents are high. You can get people to get in there. They'd be glad to pay you $3,000 a month for a house. And then you got the house as a bank account, right? A house is your bank account. So what I'm saying is that $10,000 a month for those in the boot camp, $10,000 a month is reachable. Make your plan. Make your plan. Success is having a plan. It's taking risks. Take risks on things that you know how to do. If you know how to make jewelry, make jewelry. You know how to make aprons, make them aprons. Make them in all sizes. Make kid sizes. Make men sizes. Make full size aprons. You know, if you do earrings, do you know that people are still looking for clip-on earrings? Put those earrings together. Make clip-on earrings. Do you know jewelry is still in sale? Do you know that jewelry sells all year? It doesn't have a time you could buy it. Jewelry sells all year. If you make jewelry, make it all year. It sells all year. Now, quilts sell most of the time in the winter or you're in a quilt show. All right. Calendars sell at the end of the year to January. Now, that does not mean that you don't make those items. That means you know when they're going to sell, you know when they're going to be low, and you know how to prepare. But if you start targeting yourself on how to make things within 1 to 2 hours, within a price range to make a profit now, you don't want to sell something for $30 and it costs you 15. Because if it costs you 15 and you making it and you selling for 30, you're not making money. You need to be able to make something for $6 or $7 that you sell for $30. That doesn't mean sacrifice the quality. That means you bought in bulk and you can make it and you can sell it and you can have it on sale and still make money. If you sell something for $100, you need to be making it for less than like $15, $18. Quality, you bought a nice big block of something, you cut it down, you made it. Okay. If you're making them great pound cakes, make sure you're making those cakes where you can say, I can make a good pound cake. It's going to cost $25 for that person. Can you make that pound cake for $5? Okay. Remember I said it has to be times 4 or times 5 to make a profit. All right. If it's time anything less, you're not making money. You're not broke, but you're not making massive profit because you always got to put money in where you can buy more supplies. And you got to buy things when they're not in season. So if you buy flour and you can store your flour till the holidays and you can really sell them cakes and them pies, because one thing for sure, we got to eat every day. So why can't they eat your food? Why can't they eat your pies, your brownies, your cupcakes, you know? So and then we can, like I said last week, sell both. Sew an item, paint an item, sell some food, and do it all. Now, for those VIPs. Excuse me. I got my new shot. I could never imagine me having to get allergy shots, but I got allergy shots and it's working, but it's still trying to get through. So if I sound like what's wrong with it, it's because of asthma. Asthma is what I deal with after COVID. Now, I need a drum roll. These are the people like when I'm calling these names, these names are the stars on my chest. That's right, I said it. When I call these names, these are names that are the stars on my chest that are making this channel possible. I'm going to put it right here. It is hot and I'm sweating. Okay, the first one. This is actually a new member. Excuse me 1 second, guys. This is a new member. And I want you to think about somebody who just came on the channel for the first time. Think about when you came on the channel for the first time and you like, I don't know about this person. I don't know if I want to give her no money because I don't know. Think about it, right? I hear that all the time. I love when I hear the story because you say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, this is our chit chat part. This is the part where if you was at a girl's place or a men's place, you would just let your hair down and you would talk about things and strategize things, and then you would go back and you implement it. So the lives is like it's like a casting call to say, hey, I'm in, or hey, how do you do that? Or you can be that secret spy. You know what I mean? Because like we got 70% female and 30% male. And you're trying to figure out what are they saying? What's going on? How do I get in? Well, this is where you get in. You get to really see everybody's chat. Just look at the chat. So the questions that you want to ask or answers to, I'm going to answer those questions. And those are the people that are on the chat. So when you start looking at those questions, you're saying, she answered that question, she answered that question, she answered that question. And if you're not at the point where you want to make $10,000 a month, what about $100 a month? Why don't we just say, let's try to make $100 a month? And then when you make that $100 a month, and say, why don't I try to make $200 a month? And then why don't I try to make $100 an hour? Or let's make $100 an item or a package item. And once you start doing that, you're going to get more into the channel and you're going to start feeding off what I'm saying. Now, some things I'm going to have to say over and over and over. And you know why? Because your favorite song you heard 100 times. So when you get addicted to success, you're going to have to hear me 100 times. 100 times. All right. So I'm telling this to the new member, Miss Denise Watson. We want you to raise your right hand. Put a tap on the back, because guess what? You just joined the best channel on this side of heaven. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, your one and only international fashion designer. Okay, Life's by Living Lorraine, Cindy Soul Boho, Indigo Silk, Liz Wilson, Pink Pizzazz Boutique, Queen of Hearts, Mildred Desserts, Soul Pearl Creations, Dewana Green, Patricia, Blessings, Mary Jones, Gwendolyn Members Tharbs, Daughter of Zion Creations, Sharon Courts, Constance Clinton, Awanda Brown, Tracy Davis, Jean Robinson, Ellen Banks, Alice Sandra Barnhart, Michelle Stringer, Gianna's Hodgepodge, Bernice Thompson, Carolyn Royal, Nina Rose Treasures, Shimrock Customs, Leerling Rockingham, Lumen Laser, Angela Hamilton, Miss T from the SIP, and Miss Linda Brown. Those are the stripes that I'm wearing. So you know I got some more stripes. So if you want to be a member, please like, subscribe, and share, and join the channel. And if you have any questions on Thursday nights, we answer all your questions. The goal of this channel is to get you to your level of success beyond what you thought you can do. Because see, you don't need me if you're already doing your thing. If you're already doing your thing and you're doing it, you don't need me. Okay. Now, before I start taking your questions, I'm going to do a commercial here and tell you what I'm selling tonight. I'm actually promoting my toothpaste line. This is turmeric toothpaste. If you like some, the number is 407-590-8767 with shipping and handling and the turmeric, and a guest prize is $20. This is neem. It's a full, it shows you everything that's in the toothpaste. It's the best of the best. This is black elderberry. Okay. This is moringa. All right. I'm gonna show you. These are really nice, big bars of toothpaste. Okay. This is my if you want to support the channel, you want to buy a birthday gift for me, just support my channel. Either become a member or make a purchase. All right. And then this is also sea moss toothpaste. So these are again, we got sea moss, elderberry, neem, moringa, and turmeric. And also the last item that I'm promoting tonight is a full bar of black soap from Ghana. And it comes in a container, and then you can, and it's all cut. So you get like 20 bars. It's already pre-cut. Okay. That is my promotion. But guess what, y'all? I know y'all want to see this because I do too. I I have met the most amazing woman on this channel. If I wasn't on this channel to meet you all, remember I said there's 30,000 people that watch this channel monthly. As today, they said they gave me a running table. Today, from 28 days ago, I've had 30,000 viewers. Well, in that span of viewers, somebody found me and just took me under their wing. I mean, they just scooped me up, said, "You need a little help." And I think this is an amazing person. Now, what she did to me, now, I'm not saying you all are not all amazing. This woman here, I know she praying for me all the time because she's just like send little notes and she's just say, "Hey, you got something coming in the mail." I'm like, "Oh, what is it? What is it?" You know how you're a little kid, what was it gonna get, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? But anyway, she sent me something and she said they didn't have the right kind of box. They didn't have a pretty box. Now, you know, when you see something nice, you don't really care what it come in, right? When people come to my store, my store in the neighborhood, I had a big window in the front. I have big windows now, but I see who's in the mall. And they would say, "Do you know what she drove?" And I was like, "No, I wasn't looking to see what she drove. She came on the bus." They said she came on the bus and she bought all those clothes. I mean, I don't look at the outside. I look at how the person treat me and how I can be of service. So that's what I'm saying. She said that the item came and she didn't like the packaging that the post office had. But whenever I see this right here, you know, my heart melts. Whenever I see a picture of a dog, whenever I see a puppy on the envelope, because I am a puppy lover. You know why I'm a puppy lover? Because when you go home, they always love on you. You never have a bad day. They just so happy. They want to please you. They just like somebody else got a remote. You be like, they just come over and they love you. So when I got this, I just got this today. I just got this today. That doesn't mean it didn't come yesterday because I go to my mail every other day. The mail don't come right to you. You have a lockbox. So I'm gonna open this again. Every time she send me something, I open it live. So I'm gonna answer your questions. But this is a birthday gift, and I am so happy. This is coming from. I'm gonna just tear it up like a Christmas gift, right? This is from Delaware. I have no idea what Miss Ellen has made. I have no idea, but she bad to the bone. She can make something just she can just make something out of just I don't even know how she do it. Okay. Okay. So let's open up this gift. Let's open up this gift from Miss Ellen. And of course, she has Miss Ellen. I know you did it good, but I'm gonna be like a little kid in the kinder jar. I'm just gonna clean that up later. And first of all, she made these amazing cards where she had look everybody steal this idea. Any little piece of fabric left, take it and embellish it. Look at the back of the card. This Miss Ellen. She 87. She ain't even she ain't even 37. She bad to the bone. And she got this. Happy birthday. Look at that. Happy birthday. And she says, Dear Evelyn, happy 60th. Wishing you many more. Keep pushing through. Love, Miss Ellen Newton. I love you more, Miss Ellen. So this is my I got my birthday card. Look, this is what I do, everybody. I save my birthday cards. When my birthday come, I put them all on my table. I never throw away my cards. I love my cards because somebody took the time. Okay. Okay. So here's the gift right here. Even they sang for me at the doctor's office today. They closed the whole office and came out and sang to me at the doctor's office. Look at these earrings. She made these earrings right here. Now we still in the planning of and look at this. We still in the planning for our boot camp. But look at these. Look at these earrings. She made these earrings. So now I'm really excited about what we're gonna get. Miss Ellen, are you watching tonight? Oh, look at here. Don't this look so 4th of July? Don't this look so stunning? Look at this bag. It's a flap over because I'm always busy. I need a flap over. Then she got in here. She got her name inside. Look at the lining. Look at this. This is a sparkler. It's if you can't see it, it really sparkles. You're gonna make me do my nails, Miss Ellen. I'm so thankful with the matching earrings. Isn't that something? So I am so thankful. Thank you so much, Miss Ellen. Your work is your work is impeccable. Your finished work, I mean, look at this. Look at the hardware, um, the lining, the closure. Look at the closure for those who make bags. Look at the closure, the zipper. And this one here, uh-oh, as another gift. She has she has she has two compartments in here, one here and one in the back. And she also has a change purse inside. So she has a change purse inside. So if you're gonna put your wallet or cards or ID or something right there, and this is, I mean, it's just like, look at all that work. When do you sleep, Miss Allen? This is a lot of work. Even the top stitching. Look, no crooked stitching. I will be crooked stitching. I'm telling you right now. Okay, we're gonna get you in there, baby. It won't fall out. Miss Ellen is this is couture. Now, this is something if you didn't know Miss Ellen, you would probably think this was manufactured in a big old company because it is impeccable. But this is when she says she says she loves it. She said when she sew, it gives her peace of mind. She said she used to make clothing for people, but now she makes things that she can sell at crafts events. And she's just bad to the bone. Now, think about this. When you're making stuff and you want to make that $10,000 a month, it cannot be stuff that you personalize. Remember that. If you make something and you want to make $10,000 per month, it would be almost impossible to do unless you have a team. I'm talking about $10,000 a month that you can make just for yourself, with you with a one person and maybe one or two assistants if you need. But if you go and you say, well, I'm gonna do well, say you if you get clients that can pay you $1,000 a garment, and you can do 10 in a month, that will still be very difficult because the clients are very particular, especially if they want it custom fit, right? So if you want to make $10,000 a month, it has to be a no-brainer. It has to be small, medium, or large, extra large. Okay, it has to be, something that can fit a lot of people and multicultural. It doesn't have to be all one race. It could be multicultural. So when you make your items and you want to set a goal where you can make money, first, get quality products, do the best you can on your items, make them as quality as you can. Now, when you're an artist, it can be artful. It don't have to be perfect. Just think about when you see paint and when you see art, it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you are a perfectionist and if you make things like this, don't give your work away. Price your work and know that it's valuable. And then when people say, "Oh, that's too expensive," say, "Don't you think you deserve it?" That's what I told her today. She want a dress. I said, "It's 250." She said, "Oh, that's it. No, don't you think you worth 250? Don't you know if you go anywhere, you're going to spend some money if you buy something that's custom made?" So if you do work like this, let me tell you something. Don't give it away. There's a buyer for it. And if you can't find them, I will help you find them. I will help you find them because when you do your video and you show your work and then you show it using your items, you show that it's usable. You show somebody walking with it. Oh man. And then when people buy something and they know that it was handmade, they care for it more. They care for the item. They love on the item. They're like, "Oh no." I mean, they'll wear it till it fall apart. They'll probably put plastic over it just to make sure it don't get any type of food stains or anything on it. But this right here, this is perfect for this channel because what happens when you have a channel like this, there's always somebody better than you. There's always somebody thorough than you. That's what makes it so good to know that you're open to people doing greater work and impeccable work. And that doesn't mean we can't get there. It's just that when you get to this level, don't think that someone around the corner gonna wanna like I'm gonna say it like this. I would never even think somebody around the corner would want to pay me $55 to $65. So I'll go online to sell it, you know, because if they say, "Oh, I'll give you 20 for it," I don't even want to show it to them. You know what I mean? If somebody wanna sell it for less than I think the value is, 85, 90. When you see Miss Ellen and you see her charisma, I mean, it's like that if this right here set up, $95. Oh, this is couture, $95. Even if she put it on sale, she could say $90. You know what I mean? And if it's in a higher upscale, say go to Martha's Vineyard. Oh, that'd be 150, 295. Don't be afraid to price your items in your market. Have your items where they have to reach for it. Don't have the items where it's down there. Oh, yeah, I just picked it up for a couple dollars. No, have your items where they have to reach for it. Then when you want to have a sale, have a sale. Because in my mind, it's priceless. It's like, look at this fabric. Look at the hardware. Look at the workmanship. Okay. All right. And a bonus. Two bonuses with this: earrings and a pouch. Earrings and a pouch. So you step out with a solid color outfit on, you be like, okay. And when you come in that hotel or you go into that restaurant, they're gonna come in, they're gonna open it, they're gonna open up the chair, put you down on the chair, crumbs hit the table, they're gonna scoop it up. All right, everybody. Thank you, Miss Ellen, for the birthday gift. Now, I am going to. No, you know what you did, Miss Ellen? You took us to school. You took us to work. You like, oh, look at that. Uh-oh, I can do better. And that's what you want to do. And when you see something that strikes you, and this is what we call the envelope bag. It's the envelope bag. It's nothing that hasn't been already done. Just make it look better. look at the quality, look at the fabric, the choices. Okay. Because if somebody see this bag, they may say, that's too dressy. I got to tune up. I got to put lipstick on. I got to dress up. I got to get my nails done. Because the bag can actually make you change your garment. Even if it's a solid color, you'll say, oh, wow. Oh, I got to have that. And then how you can put your hands on it where you ain't got to worry about what I love about her bags. I'm supposed to be on the next topic, right? But what I love about her bags is that you can look feminine and you got your hand on it and it just got your bag where you walk in, you say, okay, I don't have to worry about, okay, am I going to leave my bag there? No, you got it right there on your wrist. Okay. Okay, Miss Ellen, you got me going. Okay. Her name is Miss Ellen and she is doing her thing. Okay, Constance is back. She's been sick. She's back. Constance asked me about Constance sent me a text and want to know about labels to go into your clothing. I will have that information for you, and I have the quantity and the price. Let me do the research. The reason that I don't have it right on my head is because when I buy, I usually buy 7,000 at a time. So I'll see can they do smaller quantities, okay? Okay, excuse me. Um, okay, Miss Masterpiece Design. She said, I am a perfectionist. You know, I'm not. I'm like an artist. There's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist. And this is where you can share your questions or how you do things. But if you are a perfectionist, still give yourself a timeline. Like to get you to those $10,000. Think about the $10,000. If you're a perfectionist and you make a little boo-boo or that stitch is not quite the way you want it, put it down and go to something else and then come back to your perfection stitch. Meaning like with the bag I just showed you, why don't you work on the stitches on the inside, like the linings on the inside? And that way, if you go off or you get some to drink or you have to answer a phone or something, it's one or two stitches here or there is not going to be a problem. But your top stitching, if you want to be a perfection on the stitches that's seen on the outside, not on the inside. Now you're a perfection and everything gonna be perfection. It's like that, right? But don't hurt yourself and you can't get quantity done. All right. And then you make your money. Okay. Okay, this is Miss Mary. She said, I worked in a factory where stuff had to pass a quality standards. Yes, things can pass a quality standards and it still doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Um, and sometimes if you work in a factory and they have quality standards, that's because they have the machines that can be more accurate and the fabric is cut accurately. You know what I mean? So when you work on that and everything is cut perfect, everything is to scale, sometimes it's hard to make that break. But also think about this. When you wear something, okay, see this shirt I got on right now? Look at this shirt I got on right now, right? If you made this shirt for somebody and they know you sew, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want them wrinkles right there." They don't want the wrinkles right there, right? And then you might try to cut it and put a little sleeve in it so that it doesn't wrinkle. So when we make things for people, people are a lot more conscious. But you have to start telling them you wearing it for comfort. It's not like a soldier like this and they got shoulder pads and it's like that. So don't be so hard if you make something. See how this is this right here doesn't have a set in sleeve, right? So when you start making things, sometimes you have to rethink things and make it for comfort, not just that it looks good one way. Because once you sit down in clothing, you have a more relaxed sit. When you stand up in clothing, you have a more structured fit. And some of your best fabrics don't stretch. So if it stretches, you can make it smaller and it'll work with you when you sit down. But if it's cotton like this shirt, then it has to be bigger so that when you sit down, you have the room that you need. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is from Miss Mary Jones. Thank you, Miss Mary, for coming in with us tonight. She said, Miss Evelyn, I heard you on Karen Hunter's show on Urban View months ago. Wow, okay. I missed most of it and would like to hear it all. Do you have access to that broadcast? I have to find out. I have to find out. I have to find out. Uh, okay, let's see with some more questions because I want to answer all of your comments and your questions. I'm gonna go to the top. Yes, it's my birthday. Thank you all. Okay, Miss Green, DeWanda Green, how you doing, Miss Green? Good to have you on tonight. Victoria Hudlin, thank you for coming on. I'm glad that you're here tonight. We got somebody from South Carolina, Miss Blessings, thank you. Linda Brown, okay, all the way from Ohio. Come on, Miss Brown. Uh, Patricia, you made it tonight. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Hello, millionaire. I love when Miss Constance come on. She always say hello, millionaires. So you know she already got her $10,000 coming every month. She said hello, millionaires, and that is so good to have and to see. Okay, everybody's talking to Constance because Constance is back. She said, "I'm back on track. I need my labels, so we're gonna get her labels." Okay, yes, I have been on YouTube for 9 years. So that lets you know I'm in it. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna just keep with it. I'm gonna just keep fighting and keep teaching and showing some things that I do. Okay, Miss Marion, she said, yes, I do want to do plumbing, but sounds messy, but I had to. Yes, I mean you have to do sometimes you have to do. The guy just didn't show up. He was supposed to come, he didn't show up. So I said, okay, I figure this out. I do. Yes, you will be at the Orlando International Airport. You know why I want to be at the airport? Because with all these stores, be like a you can be like a coach on telling them how to get there. Isn't coach is not the right word, but you can be a person and tell them how to get to other stores. You can pass out brochures. You can do that. Okay. Did anyone make any money this week? Anyone make some money? Tell me if you made some money this week. If you made any money, and if you didn't make any money, did you make any progress? Did you make any progress with some items that you can make and sell? Okay, because if you can make some items to sell, then you can make plenty of money. Now, I want you to also know that when you're selling some things, you can prep the items too. Like when I worked for Disney, they would sell timeshares or they would sell well, most of them was timeshares, or they would sell like an idea of a park to someone, to an investor. And they would just have mock-ups. And they would sell so many. They would sell out hotels before they were built. They would sell like I said, they would sell like what they call it celebration is a the idea where you have this whole big Disney theme, schools, the churches, the restaurants, the grocery stores, all in this. They wanted to be on a big bubble, but that didn't work out. So they made a big community that could have access to go to Disney all the time. But all those properties were sold before they were even built. They just say, hey, this is the floor plan. We're going to have one model house, and we want to know if you want to spend, $500,000 for one. And people bought them 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So when you're selling your item, you don't have to always have it completely done to sell it or to advertise it. You can say this is the raw stages, and guess what happened? When you show this is in the raw stages, some people will buy it and don't want it finished. They say, "Oh no, I want it just like that. I want strings hanging and everything. I don't want." And I know, Marion, this might be something, right? I don't want nothing finished. I want to know just how you was envisioning it to be. And you go, "Oh, really?" So they'll want it just like that. Okay, let's see what Soul Pearls Creations is saying. I'm glad you're on tonight. Okay, Soul Pearls Creations, and those are really good. Let's see. I'm glad you guys are welcoming Miss Denise. She said, this is constant. She's giving us an update on her health. She says, I'm behind, I should say, behind because of being in the hospital. I got to get back on my pulse, and I'm ready now. My strength is back. Okay, so she's been very sick. Miss Constance been very sick, and she's been out. And Miss Constance was taking, or maybe still is taking care of family members. And so she got sick actually, and she's taking care of family members. But she said she's on her way back. Okay. To all the stars, I say hello. We want to say hello back. Miss Denise, everybody is reaching out to you and telling you how much they appreciate you joining the channel. Okay, Miss Bernice want to know what's the price of the soap. The soap is $18.95 for 12 bars, pre-cut, portion off, and then you put them in the container we have, and it's very, very good soap. It's all natural black soap, has no chemicals in it. So if you like to get some soap, we have that for you. Miss Mary, they're Miss Bernie, I mean Miss Ellen, they're still excited about the earrings you made. They are beautiful earrings. Soul Pearls Creation, she says she saved all her birthday cards too. Yeah, I saved all my cards. I even got some when you open them up, they make all kind of music. I just put them all on the table. And I started a week before, and I started putting them together. Say, hey, because people don't give cards like they used to. They just like to send you if they want to send you money, they'll Cash App, or they'll send you a birthday wish on your Facebook channel. So it's nice when someone takes the time and mail and send you a card. Oh my gosh, I feel like, ooh, I feel special. That's how I feel. Okay. Yes, it is very nice workmanship. Miss Lumen Laser said, yes, very stunning. Yes. Okay. For all those who are perfectionists, I want you to know you can be a perfectionist, but stay on your goal. Stay on your goal. And the reason I say that is because people like things that's you okay, this is what you're going to be doing. You're a perfectionist and you're an artist. Okay? When you make things and you can bring something to life, especially when you take bits and pieces of fabric and put it together and make something out of something that's left over from other things and make it look artful. So what I want you to do is that don't let being a perfectionist slow down your progress. Because sometimes if you're too perfect, you'll get frustrated and you'll be stuck on that one thing. You have to multitask. So if that's giving you a headache, then go to something else. Especially like if you embroidery and you can't get it lined up just right, sometimes you just have to slow down, cut all the threads off, look at the design, make sure it's lined up, take a few more minutes to get it lined up, and then you sew it out and it'll be great. And that'll make a great, great look when you get it, when you finish it. But if you just be like, I'm just gonna pick it out, start all over, pick it out. Sometimes you just have to walk away and do something else and then come back and have patience with it and do it. Because when you are hand making something, don't be as critical as if you are factory making something. And I know that's hard. Find your mistakes at the ironing board. And when you get to the ironing board, if it's within a degree of error, don't hurt yourself so hard that I got to take this whole line out and make it just straight. No, just take your time. And then too, if you're a perfectionist and you're like going off track a little bit, then slow down, backstitch a little bit, take out that little bit, and then continue. Because remember, your mind is going, you're sewing or you're painting or you're doing things, and your mind gonna wander. And that's when you don't become perfect, because your mind wander. But sometimes when your mind wander, you come up with a new idea. Remember the peanut butter and chocolate ran together, and that was the Reese's? The peanut butter and jelly fell together, and that was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? What if the peanut butter just wanted to be peanut butter? What if the jelly just want to be jelly? Okay, so when we can try to put some things together and we figure it out, then we can make it happen. And we have to do volume. It can't be one piece. Can we make the same thing multiple times? Miss Mary Jones, can you make those? Like, I'll ask her, how many of those you can do? She said hundreds. I said hundreds. Okay, let's rip it up. Let's do it. If I got the same fabric, I could do hundreds. If I got the same fabric, I could do hundreds. So if you can do 10, if you could do 4, and you got the same fabric, the same material, you say like this bag, if you could do this bag just in different colors and you can keep doing it, then wow, you got it. And you can list each one. And if you can make them smaller, you got it. And if you can make them bigger, you got it. You know what? You can make it a female size. And then even if you took it and did it square, you can make the male size. Remember, the men want to buy too. We think it's just women want to buy. Men are shopping. Excuse me. Men are wearing man bags. Men are wearing them. The pets are wearing bags. Even the pets, you go to the dog park, they got the pets like little backpacks, got all their little toys on their back. So when the pet go, oh, they give them some of their toys, and then they play with their toys, and they you go to the pet park, they having a good time. Don't forget pet wear. If you guys have any, or guys or girls have any pets, I make my pet clothing to pay for their dog food. And sometimes you can make clothing for pets requiring no sewing. And if you don't even have a dog, do you know you can sell pet clothing and don't even have a dog? You can have a stuffed animal and cut a zigzag and put it around that animal, that pet animal, and sell those little scars for pets. And you can sell, say you sell say five different prints for $20. And it was no sewing. All you had to do was just tie a little knot on it and make it look like a little handkerchief underneath. So there's endless ways that you can be creative. Even if you are a perfectionist, even if you are, we do need perfectionists on some things, right? I'm gonna let you laugh right here. I have had some crazy, crazy encounters with my clients. Now, last week I had a lady, and she said the doctor messed up my toes. I said, "Your toes?" She said, "Yeah." So I'm like, looking. Oh, let's see the toes. When she had the surgery, the toes went the other way. So how your toes like this? Her toes went that way. So that's when you want to perfect. Miriam, that's when you want a perfectionist. And then I had another client. She said she was saying the same thing. She said she had a bunion, and when she got the bunion removed, the bunion somehow went the opposite way, and it was a mess. And she said, "Don't go to this doctor." And then I had another one. She didn't have no control over this. This was a doctor. I mean, this was a client of mine. I mean, they're great people. They laugh when I'm laughing too, right? And I had never seen anything like that. But this client, she had one of her mother's feet, and she had one of her father's feet. Can you imagine? She said, "You won't believe it. I have my mom's foot and my dad's foot." So when she went to walk, she walked differently because she had a male foot and a female foot. And when she go by her dad, her foot is exactly like her dad is made. She go by her mom, it's exactly like her mom is. And that's when you say, "God, be perfect on me, be perfect on me." But anyway, that's just something to laugh about, because sometimes we want things perfect, and sometimes it just can't happen, and then sometimes we learn from it, and then sometimes we feel like I'm okay with who I am. So it's my birthday. I didn't lose no weight. I didn't get no eyelashes. I didn't get no extensions. I didn't do all that. It is what it is. I'm going to enjoy my day. I want to relook at how I treat my body. I do want to do that. I want to just be able to get back in the park and walk and meditate a little bit more. I want to be able to really work on my lungs, breathing outside with some air, also with a mask because there's a lot of pollen out there. But that's what I really want. I really want to just enjoy the day. Oh, this is what I was going to tell you all. I thought I was going to go on this great trip. I thought my husband was going to surprise me and say, "Oh, we got your tickets. I got your bag packed." I was like, "Okay." He said, "Hey, let's talk." I said, "Okay, what we talking about?" He said, "So what you want to do?" I'm thinking, "What I want to do? Don't you have my trip planned?" And he had to tell it to me. He says, "I said, where's my plane?" He said, "Ain't no plane, girlfriend, this year. Ain't no plane." But anyway, he was telling me that because of the heat, because of the World Cup, got all the hotels everywhere filled up. Taylor Swift's supposed to be getting married in New York. I mean, it's like the worst time to travel. It's very, very hot everywhere in the world, including here. And most people are trying to come into Orlando. So trying to get out of Orlando, Florida, and trying to get back in, you will have to be out for at least 10 to 12 days. And I can't be gone that long right now. And I just like, so we're gonna go probably in October. But I was laughing because I was saying, "Oh, what we going? What we doing?" So he said, "Well, what you're gonna have to figure out where you want to go because we gotta stay here, we gotta stay put for a minute." So I was just laughing at myself because sometimes you feel like you're gonna be going somewhere extravagant and reality hits. Not this time. You're gonna be in your own staycation. So that's okay too. That's okay. And it would have been a time I'd have been, "Oh man, I'm not going anywhere." But you know what? Life be life and to be alive and healthy and breathing and business is up and going and mail order is booming. I want y'all to know mail order is booming. People are shopping online. You can be look, if you under my coaching, you're gonna be saying, "Evelyn, you're talking too much. I got to go to work now. I got to go to work. I got to get these orders out. I got to get these orders out." So anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Please go back to the beginning of the tape and look at what I said about how to be successful in your business. How to be successful in your business means you got to take risks. And you're taking risks, you have to just take it. You just got to do it. And you got to say, "I'm going to make these hats sell. I'm going to make these jewelry sell. I'm going to make those aprons sell. I'm going to make those drapery sell." And get out of your comfort zone because when you're in your comfort zone, there's only so much money right there. And when you get outside of your comfort zone, you're going to have so many more opportunities. Now, you're busy right now, right? If you're working and you're on this teller, you are busy. You're always busy. But you still got to find another hour to work on that gold mine because you're sitting on a gold mine. Right in your house, right in your living room, right underneath your fingertips is a gold mine. And you can't get to it because you're busy over here. So you're going to have to slow down and make an hour to 2 hours to unbusy those items and say, "I got it." She told me, "Get 10 items over here." She told me, "Get 5 items over here." She told me, "List this over here." And I'm going to keep sounding like a broken record because when you sound off and you keep hearing the same thing, the light bulb going to switch and you're going to say you're going to do it. Now, when you do this, don't try to list everything every day. You want to list it a day at a time. Like if you send in customers your pillows, don't send them 10 pillows at one time. Send them a pillow a day, a pillow a day, a pillow a day. And if you can send them a pillow a day, you can post it on your website a day. And so we're going to get you those 2 different websites. We're going to get you where money can come to you. We're going to get you more money. We're going to get you more sales. But in order to do that, we got to build trust. So the reason that I'm saying this is that trust don't happen instantly. You didn't see me for the first time and trusted me with your money for the membership. You saw me over and over and over again. And that's how your customers got to get. They got to see you over and over and over again. They said, "She shows up. She's getting it done. I'm going to give her my money. And people will not be able to spend their money nowhere else but you. Okay? And you got to tell them, like Miss Mary, she built those drapes. You got to say, no, you can't just go to blinds. You want to have fabric hanging. You get energy from the cloth. The room has to speak to you. Okay? What if the world just went to blinds? Wouldn't that be horrible? Wouldn't it be horrible just to go to blinds? You want to have cloth. Cloth has life. It has feelings. Okay? You want quilts. When you somebody making quilts, quilts tell a story. Someone handmade this quilt. You're going to say, wow. Quilts start at $200, $300, $400, $500, and you can't go down. It's a lot of work to go with a quilt. Small quilts, medium quilts, big quilts. You paint a painting, make your prints, sell the original, $3,000. Don't be afraid to ask for your price. Get the coaching so you can ask for the price that you value that for. And don't look, if they can't afford the price for $3,000 for your painting, make payment arrangements. You give them the painting when they finish paying it off. Okay, everything has a give and take. If they want draperies and it's gonna be $5,000, make payment arrangements. You get this panel this month. You get that panel that month. Or tell them, use your credit card. You got 30 days. Build your business credit. Okay, so we can get through this. I don't want to say struggle. I want to say this camp. We want to get to the prize. Want to get to the prize. So let's just stay focused and let's just keep it going. And let's know that we're going to make this a secret to success within yourself. Everything that you listen to this, everything you need, you already have. There's nothing that you need you don't already have. There's nothing that you need that you can't get. And when you got that, my friend, that's your 10,000. Then you got your 20,000. Then you got your 30,000. Then you got your money coming over here and your money coming over there. And when you got it all together, then you can start making some really good decisions for your business and your family and your community. All right. All right. I love you all, everyone. Thank you, Miss Ellen, for the wonderful birthday gift. You got me. Look, I'm gonna have to go dance. I'm going dancing with this one. All right. I'll take care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.